and LinkedIn to be an influencer. And in general, what do I do? For 35 years now, I've been helping business owners systemize, streamline, and scale to success with business automation and online marketing so you can focus on what you love to do while your marketing and technology is taken care of. Who doesn't like that, right? Especially nowadays. Okay, so over the course of the next 5 days, we're going to cover today, we're going to talk about the Facebook focus. Who should be on Facebook and what is the must-do activity during these times especially. Limitless LinkedIn, how to focus on exactly your goal for this community and get the most from it. And the number one sin occurring on this platform and how to avoid it. Instagram influence, it has been stated now that it is kind of the current number one platform for growth across all age categories. And so if that's the case, should you be on it? And so I'm going to be going over that. Yes, YouTube, we will be impressing how everyone needs to be here and why. And last but not least, creating a social media calendar. You know, random posts produce random results. So I'm going to take a look at the importance of planning your social media success. Alrighty. And these are going to be happening daily at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time starting today. So welcome. Now, just to get a feel of these topics, which are you most excited about and why? So just tell me in the comment area so I can get a feel for what are your expectations over these 5 days and which one. And then also, if there's one I'm not covering that you want to know about, tell me that too, and I'll take a look at that, and perhaps that will be a future one. LinkedIn, the marketing calendar, very good. LinkedIn, very good. Yeah, LinkedIn is my big platform. Instagram, okay, cool. So yes, we're going to be taking a look at Instagram. Okay, cool. Excellent. Good job, guys. Finding out how to use LinkedIn with my more touchy-feely animal biz people. The thing about LinkedIn is it's not for touchy-feely animal biz people. So I will, we'll be taking a look at that for sure. If you're dealing with animal people, it's really Facebook for you. So today is going to be an awesome day. Facebook and LinkedIn as it applies to the music industry, very cool. I'll tell you what, anyone in the music industry, and the next person asked this, the next person said, I've been hearing a lot about TikTok. Bingo! I don't get to talk about TikTok. It's the edge right now. And so I didn't want to, you know, I only had so many days to cover this, but I will be at some point talking about TikTok for sure. If you are in the music industry, TikTok is a killer platform for you. Twitter, interesting. So Twitter. So as you can see, I'm not even talking about Twitter in this. Twitter is doing booming business for politics and for a lot of kind of, you know, general chatter, right? But is it good for business? Right now it's not, which is why I didn't address it, even though on Twitter I have over 26,000 followers. But it's just not converting for business right now, so I'm not talking a lot about it. Yeah, so you're confused on and have kind of used Facebook. Good, we're going to talk about the importance of Facebook right now. Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, nice. Instagram, cool. Instagram and YouTube, yeah, there's my first person that has said YouTube. Like it or not, you're all going to have to be there. So day 4, you better all show up because for anybody who didn't say YouTube and don't have a strong YouTube channel, you're going to need this, especially artists as well. Musicians, another key platform for you. Most major musicians have been discovered by doing effective video on YouTube, including people like Justin Bieber. You work with, let's see, nonprofit executive directors, focus on LinkedIn. Good job. That is exactly your platform. That's right. Healthy cooking, nice. Okay, good. So yours, your area is going to be YouTube. It's going to be Facebook, and it's going to be Instagram. Cool. Yes. TikTok. Oh, Twitter's just chatter. Yeah. LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Okay, very good. Nice job, guys. Lots of good action and activity there. This is the type of thing I want to see because you're going to be the ones that are really going to have to start getting active and engaged. Okay, so this type of engagement that you're doing right now is what you're going to have to start doing on Facebook. So very good. Okay, and I'll panelists and attendees. Okay, very good. All right, here we go on to the next element. So what is the problem right now with social media? It really comes down to a confusion that seems to be existing. You know, platforms pop up like rabbits. You're told to be on all of them. You're told to post, like, be consistent. But what you aren't told is what platform you should be on, depending on who your target market is. All right. Now, in this challenge, I'm not covering target market. My prior two challenges, I covered this topic in depth. Okay, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch those and really get good clarity on that, because your social media clarity actually stems from the selection of your target market. So it's really important that you take a look at that. Okay, let's get a look now at the marketing landscape. You know, there's 7 billion people on the planet, 5 billion on a smartphone, 2 billion are on the internet. 60% of Google buyers actually Google a name before using it, which is why it's so important that you be on very specific platforms for that. More traffic now comes from kind of the mobile than any other, obviously. Everyone's moving to that. Facebook has more active users than the population of China. That's why it can't be ignored for certain things, and I'm going to tell you for what. Instagram is the second largest social media platform behind Facebook, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the switch that is occurring there. Of the top 100 brands, 90% are on Instagram. LinkedIn has the highest per capita per income earners. So a couple of you said you're exclusively on LinkedIn. Yes, if you are business to business, LinkedIn is your platform. Okay, if you are business to consumer, simplicity is Facebook is your platform, depending now on your age demographic, and we're going to be going over that. Okay, but email marketing still has the highest return on investment, which is why you must be building a list. And again, I'm not going to get to talk too much about that, but I'll probably do an entire series on list building, landing pages, etc., autoresponders, things of that nature. Because quite frankly, social media is awesome for engagement, but we have to drive them somewhere, and it really should be a landing page. Okie doke. So here is one of the things that people forget to ask themselves when it comes to social media, and that is, what is your end game? All right. So if you don't know what you want that post or what you want that platform to do for you, you can't track and measure whether you're being successful or not. So there are 4 main goals of social media. The first is listening. Already, I just got a little box here in front of me. Okay, so listening is when you manage reputation, identify gaps, reduce returns, and increase retention. Those are the activities that you're participating on when you are in listening mode. So for example, somebody asks you a question on your Facebook page, let's say about one of your programs, or about something that they're wondering about, you need to be listening and you need to reply. The second element is influence. That means you're increasing your engagement, your web traffic, your awareness, and you're using and leveraging retargeting techniques. Okay, so that is a very important element as well. All right, networking. Since none of us have physical networking right now, Okay. This is where you're going to connect with brands and peers on the web for strategic partnerships or in general just to kind of get together and leverage your powers like you do in a networking situation. And last but not least is selling. Yes, selling. Okay, this means that you are getting your followers to opt into your email marketing list or selling them a low cost intro item or giving them a free strategy session, something that helps you to generate leads and sales from social media. All right, so let's take a look at this. And so when it comes to content, how do you determine what you should be spending your time on? And that is, where should your activity be focused? And that is 80%, right, on the tell and 20% on the sell, all right? There's always this 80-20 rule that applies, and it still works here. So that means 80% listening, influence, networking, doesn't matter whichever comes up for you, but you have to remember the selling part, okay? And the reason you really need to focus on actively engaging at the selling level is so you can move to your landing page, so you can create a list, because one of the key issues with all social media is you don't own those people, right? If, for example, LinkedIn says to me one day, I don't like you, boom, 26,000 followers for me are gone. And if I haven't been who I'm engaging with actively moving to my own personal and private list and building that all important asset, I could lose all communication channels, So it's very important that you understand that particular activity part, all right? Okie doke, so that brings us to day one, all right? We are looking at Facebook. Now, say yes in the comments if this is your #1 platform. In fact, you spend the most time here. Just get a feel for that. Excellent. That's the right place for you to be, Paula. Very good. Good, yes. From Dana, Eileen, Christy, Lorna. Good. All right. Stephen, okay, cool. And good. And Winnie, you have an active page, very good, and I spend some time here. Excellent. Okay, good. So we have a lot of people on Facebook, and so I'm going to show you in particular today how to power and ramp that up, all right? In general, you should be here. If you have a client base, for example, you're a coach, all right? This is the best place to create a private group. If your target market is about age 45 to 60, this is the highest demographic for a platform. Now, it may not mean at times you get your clients here. For example, let's say I get my clients from LinkedIn. I move them here, though, to be part of the private group that I have just for clients, all right? Because one thing that Facebook is fantastic for, and that is building a community, all right? It is the most powerfully engaging platforms that is easy to do two-way communication with, all right? So if your target market is Gen Zers or millennials, obviously they're not going to be here, but that doesn't mean you can't use it to create a group. People like Marie Forleo, who, of course, that's her target market, she still has that Facebook group that she's pumping into so that she has that active environment of which to announce all her new products to, all right? All right, so let's go through a couple of Facebook stats. Over 2 billion active Facebook users, 45 to 54 is the fastest growing age bracket. Average daily Facebook likes is 45 billion. The average number of Facebook messages daily is 10 billion, 53% female, 47% male. So there isn't a big divergence in that gender. Business to business, highest traffic times are 9 a.m. and between 3 and 4 p.m. And business to consumer, it is 9, noon, and 4 is the high peak times. Every 60 seconds, 500 comments, 293 status updates, and 136,000 photos are loaded. This is an extremely active platform. And of course, right now, coronavirus has given Facebook a massive boost back in popularity for live feeds and news and group creation. In fact, records are being set daily. Okay, so generally, you can see Instagram had actually moved into a position of being the highest growth ratio. And so more people were actually starting to flood over to Instagram, but this has actually moved Facebook back into that dominant position. Alrighty. So one of the things we have to take a look at here is really what do we want now, and how do we cope with the change that is occurring? You know, when change happens, that means you got to pivot. So pivot is you rapidly assessing where you are and what you need and how, given the current situation that you're in right now, do you need to do, okay? Because this is not business as usual. So as someone who has been in business now for 35 years and survived everything pretty much that can occur, including SARS in 2003, which I lived in the epicenter of Toronto during that time. And it was the same for us in Toronto as what's happening now globally. We were in total shutdown. So it's kind of not my first rodeo. And it is one of the pivot points that I had in my company as well. And when I started to massively turn to the online environment, because I was very much into trade shows, and that was my central distribution method. And of course, you know, still Yellow Pages were around during that time. I've had my kids home full time as they attended online school. So for the parents out there experiencing kids home full time, I can help you with that too. As I know the steps that it takes to not just hunker down and survive and wait it out, but to turn this into an opportunity and assess and reinvent who you are, what you do, and the big one, how you do it. All right. This pivot or change happens all the time in industry. You know, when the internet came in, many did not survive that transition. They did not reinvent, and they held on to the Yellow Pages really as their major form of marketing until both of them no longer existed. When videos went to CD, to red boxes, and streaming, you know, nobody survived this, including at that time Blockbuster. Taxis are being replaced by Uber and Lyft, but this is an opportunity for those of you now with some downtime. It's time to get your websites improved, your products, programs, services online. You want to start doing videos to educate more on what you do, how you help. If you have a list already, you need to be communicating often with them. Connect deeply with your customers during this time, because this is a time of chaos and change for a lot of people. Now, with the right actions, you either can come to the top as the leader, lose no ground during this, or if you do lose some ground, when all of this is over and life gets back to what we'll call the new normal now, you will come out of the gates like a Kentucky Derby racehorse for the finish line, and hopefully leaving your competition in the dust. Anyone who hunkers down and hopes to survive will probably perish, because what we're going to return to is going to be anything but normal. There is no going back to that new normal. So you need during this time to start thinking and acting and moving into a leadership position so that you can keep people calm and lead them through this after paradigm. So let me know if you are going to be a leader coming out of this. If you're really ready to kind of move into that position, because people are looking right now for, you know, what do I do, right? And this means that you are going to have to take actions like you're doing today by showing up to trainings, by investing in yourself, by doing more marketing It's going to take these actions. I'm doing lots to lead. Excellent. Beautiful job. I'm a leader waiting in the gates. Very nice, Clet. Nice. Good, good. Excellent job. Well done. I'm loving this. Dana, heck yeah. Very good. And this is your time, quite frankly, to rise above the competition and shine. Hey, Teresa. Love to hear you too. Okay, good. Because you need to pivot your business, your mind, and your life, because it's going to take whatever it takes right now. And it sounds to me like you guys are ready to take a look at that, which is awesome. Okay, so what are the main areas of Facebook? The first is your page, okay? So this is your business or fan page. So mine is Tracy Repchuk Fan. This is where this is broadcasting. This is my business page, okay? You can have it for your personal brand, like my Tracy Repchuk Fan. You can have it for your company. I actually have a Facebook page for my InnerSurf, and I have it for other major elements such as my book and things of that nature, okay? The second, so as a band, if you're an artist or that, you will have this type of page that you can leverage. And if you're a company, of course, you're going to have this type of page. And if you're a personal brand, you're going to want this type of page. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. The next type of element to leverage in Facebook is groups, okay? So groups are actually going to be one of your most powerful tools in your business right now. To pooling like-minded people together that you can stand up and lead, right? We got 7 billion people on the planet. Okay, we're going to have to shrink down to those we can serve in our target market and pool them into groups. That's our power play. So again, like Richard and Maria, you need to create a group for, you know, surviving as a couple during this, whatever, right? How to thrive and really be a power couple and enjoy your marriage. There's people right now, husband and wives, that are thrust together in the same house that have not been used to spending 24/7 like me and my husband are, right? You know, we love 24/7 together. There are people right now that are probably collapsing under the pressure of their husband or wife being underfoot, right? This is your time to really bring some sanity to relationships. So you need to start a group on the topic of relationships, all right? The next use for Facebook is to promote events, okay? And as we know, right now, there are no live events happening, right? But there are certainly these types of events that are going on, okay? So you want to use them for that. So in the case of groups, for example, there's an example of mine. And in events, when I have Business Online Mastery, when I have Burbank, my Burbank kind of business networking group, and the women, my women's events, those are types of events that I will use to promote on Facebook, right? Yes, we have Meetup. Yes, we have Eventbrite, but do not neglect Facebook because your target market is probably sitting right here as well. Okay, and another use for Facebook, and kind of the reason Facebook loves life right now, is Facebook ads, okay? I can tell you though, if you don't have the landing page built, your list building going on, you don't have your funnel built, be very wary of doing ads right now, okay? It's like flushing money down the toilet, okay? And you can imagine how aggressive it is. And it's a little bit of, instead of people taking the time to build engagement, they just throw out an ad, right? And there's nothing wrong with that if you know what you're doing, right? Because it is an extremely costly endeavor. And last but not least is your personal page, right? This is where most of us start. Yay! We come on to our personal page. So mine's under Tracy Repchuk. This, however, you're going to experience what I did, and that is, of course, we hit the 5,000 limit, right? I hit that so long ago that it forced me to to open up this other page so that I had somewhere to send people. Now on my fan page now, I think I'm sitting at around 18,000, almost ready to hit the 19,000 mark. And so this is what happens, right? So you're going to outgrow your personal page. But more importantly, the difference between personal and your, we'll call business page, fan page, whatever you want to call it, is there you have the ability to create events, manage appointments, hire employees, and even sell your products directly on your page, all right? And so it also has the powerful page insights where you can get your statistics and really start to understand the people who are following and taking action on that page. And again, that's pretty well all of my ads now will run from that particular page. Okay, so here we go. Now, right now, these posting stats are out the window. Okay, I have never gotten so much engagement on my posts. So right now, get active and get active for engagement. You kind of need to dig the well before you're thirsty. Now, most people right now, unfortunately, are thirsty and they didn't dig the well, but do it now while we are at a boom for social media engagement. And then start to drive them to something, okay? So in my case, if you have watched me since this breakout occurred, I have been sending them to Facebook Lives, right? I've been getting people to register for Facebook Lives and do kind of webinar type training. Often in the normal days, you're going to do a mix of Facebook Lives and send them to your landing page for list building. But why do you do Facebook Lives? Increases your engagement, increases your positioning, all of these types of things, right? Now, in general, though, when we all aren't forced to stay home and quarantine, the best days to post are Thursday and Friday, with Friday having the most happy index. Okay? Yay. Okay, but here is where our conversation is really going to focus on today. I want to stress to you, the power of Facebook Live, which for those of you attending live on the Zoom, right, that's a great mode, right? But your reach outside of who you kind of have in your database is going to come when you broadcast live and you're, of course, then streaming on your channel and people are being told, hey, there's a live going on right now, and people are popping in that normally wouldn't, okay? So I've done over 22 TV appearances with networks such as NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, CW, and I've reached millions of people in just a few months. But getting on TV is a lot harder than having the power of TV broadcasting right in your hand. That's the exciting part of Facebook Live. More video content is uploaded and consumed in the last 30 days than all three major US networks combined in the last 30 years. We are a binge watching, content consuming society, and this is the information age. So if you have never done a Facebook Live, or you've done them inconsistently, or even hate the thought of doing them, you have to get over this, all right? Because with everyone at home, people are either turning to Netflix and binge watching, or they are seeking out money-making opportunities, or fitness, or spiritual, or healing, or calming, but they are seeking something, okay? They are seeking connection. So if you aren't out there, your competition will be, right? And they're not going to have the leadership and presence that you do, okay? So I'm going to spend some time giving you ideas about what would you do a Facebook Live on, all right? Does that sound good? Okay, good. Here we go. All right. Some of the major reasons to use Facebook Live is it really helps to promote your brand. because I was doing Facebook Lives before this, but as you can imagine, I have ramped up. I have done 18 Facebook Lives that average 45 minutes to an hour since the lockdown began. It shows you the kind of outflowing, but even better, it shows you that you can now start to move and promote your brand. You're going to create a community of people that know, like, and trust you. That moves you to a leadership role. You have your ability to broadcast your message to the world for free. And ultimately, your success may depend on it, because if you don't do this, your competition will. All right. So I'm going to give you, again, some ideas. And what I want you to do, I want you to be really active during this, okay? Because it's going to start to elevate you. This is a perfect time to set you up for your mood for the week. So I want you to type ready in the comments, and anytime you see a Facebook Live idea that you think you can do, I want you to say, I can do that one. Excellent. Good job on the readies. Very good. Okay, here we go. Doing workouts. So using Facebook Live to demonstrate your workouts. So if you are Pilates, if you are yoga, if you have breathing, whatever it is that you can show people, this is a great way to do it, all right? It boosts your credibility, right? And it reduces the fears on how to do it for those that don't know anything about what it is that you do. It shows them that it's not that hard. And even more, you can actually, take this to the next level. I have clients right now that, of course, they're, Pilates, yoga studios, all shut, right? And so they're now starting to broadcast their classes online, and, they're using, of course, the Zoom platform, and they're charging. Physical therapy clinic. Yes. So I have a lot of physical therapy clients, actually. And the hard part for you guys is you need to often, do the workout with a specific patient for a specific injury. But this is perfect for showing them in general. These are things you can do for your back. These are things that you can do for your calf, that type of thing. Yes. Yes, grounding. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Good job. I can see you're starting to think now. Do that. Start to post ideas like that. Yeah, and so you can help them. It will really help you stay connected, and more importantly, it can bring in new clients that didn't really understand. Oh, why should I use physical therapy? My doctor gave me some opioids that are doing just fine, right? This is your chance, especially as physical therapists, to get online and start to talk about the fact that you need to locate pain. You need to find the source and get rid of it and stop the pills, right? So this is your chance, really, with all the eyes on you, to do that. This is, quite frankly, why I'm loving, I look for the silver lining in every opportunity. And I believe right now the world is watching, and they're watching one of two things. They're watching the fear-mongering COVID-19 thrust down your throat people that tell them the sky is falling. And if we look at statistics, I'm not undermining this, but if you look at statistics, we're nowhere near the issue we had, in 2008 and in 2004 with other ailments that had hit society as far as counts and death rates. But so they're looking at that, or they're looking for improvement. And this is your chance now to get your voice heard globally. And it's just a very, very important time. You can be like a personal trainer, showing them how, coming into their homes. You can get feedback live on a call, right? You can answer questions and interact, You can use it as a teaser to promote something else that you're doing, right? We were using it as a teaser to promote paid classes, right? Um, and again, just kind of leveraging what is happening right now and pivoting how you normally do business. All right. And as you know, right now I'm broadcasting on Facebook Live as well as leveraging the Zoom technology, right? So next, explain energy zones. Yes, exactly. Especially anything that can help calm people, they are looking. And so what's going to happen? You might be thinking, oh, this is just going to be a waste of my time. No, this is what leaders do to move into a leadership role. They're going to know, like, and trust what you're saying. And then they're going to say, is there a way I can work with you personally on this? I'm overwhelmed, or I'm this, right? And you're going to say, yes, I have a great program. I have a one-to-one. I have coaching. I have a group. I have a mastermind. This is why, for those of you who attended my last Facebook Live series on how to create an online program guaranteed to sell and how to get you the knowledge that you have online, it's really an entire circle of steps to optimize how you currently do business and how can we move into a more powerful way of distributing our content globally. All right, you can do an Ask Me Anything. You guys know your stuff, right? And so you can totally, excellent. Yes, you can do that. Well done. You can do that, right? All you have to do is say, hey, today I'm doing a Facebook Live and it's Ask Me Anything about how to get better sleep. It's Ask Me Anything about how to communicate with your pet. It's Ask Me Anything about how do you align your energy. It's Ask Me Anything about how do I improve team driving, right? Whatever it is, you can do and Ask Me Anything because all of your knowledge is sitting up here. Nobody can tell them what you're about to tell them. That's how you move. So originally, I had started this whole Ask Me Anything series, and I had it all mapped out prior to this, right? And I had all the topics. I was going to say, ask me. You can actually do it topic-based. I had prepared it topic-based wise, like ask me anything about Facebook or ask me anything about landing pages. Or you can just do generically ask me anything. And so each week, the thing about Facebook Lives is consistency. Right now, if you have the time, start to say, hey, at 4 o'clock, I'm going to do every day and Ask Me Anything, Monday through Friday, about blah, right? And so here's why that's really good. Not only does it let people know what you're about to do, but it creates consistency in attendance, okay? So that people know, hey, oh, wow, it's 4 o'clock. I'm going to go check out that Ask Me Anything session. I have a couple of questions. And what's great is, you don't have to prepare, right? You just show up and say, hey, ask me anything. Nice and simple. I see a lot of you are coming in for that one. Well done. Good. All righty. And this really helps you to boost credibility and shows that you know what you're talking about, right? Again, Johan, you're perfect for this type of one. Or Ask Me Anything about how to get better sleep, right? Okie doke. All right, next. I'm trying to read all the things at the same time. How-tos. Okay, so this is demonstrating how to do something live in real time, and it can be extremely powerful. So a lot of people are cynical when it comes to watching, how-to videos on sites like YouTube or programs that are on TV already. They believe that there's a lot of editing and manipulation that goes on kind of behind the scenes, right? And so as they're watching, they're pretty well watching in disbelief, saying, yeah, that's great, you can do it, I can't do that. And again, it's why cooking shows do so well, okay? Because you're watching in real time, they're doing it in front of you, and you're thinking, crap, I can do that duck à l'orange, right? And so it's one of the really powerful things. So if you deal with cars at all, poke a camera at the front. in the car, right? I know somebody that's doing a lot of this right now as they're talking about electric cars, right? They're positioning themselves as a leader in that field. And so they're just pointing stuff out. What makes an electric car? And all these little things that people want to know. And so in this case, you have a great prop, which is extremely powerful, right? And then, imagine you're just coming on and telling people, how can you get out of pain naturally, right? Again, one of my clients, Jolstro, they focus on this natural pain relief method that involves, specific points on your body. And so they're pulling people off of medication. And again, it comes down to the target market, right? Of course, anyone in pain, this fits, but in this particular situation, we focus on golfers. So that's a rabid market that wants to have a better swing, more mobility, more range, etc. So again, connecting back to who you're going to serve. Or another client is Milton Edie's, and that's a laundry place, right? So telling people, how do you press a shirt, or what's the difference between laundry and dry cleaning, right? Or how do you get out a stain? How do you prevent a stain? How do you press a shirt? All day long, you can be doing stuff that positions you as the different dry cleaner, positions you as the different carpet layer, the different tiler, the different everything when you show people what it is that you're doing. Very important to move you into a leadership role. All right, good. Have a few that said they can do that one. Very nice. Good, good, good. Okay, here we go. Now, countdowns are a good one too, all right? This is where you're going to be using Facebook Live to build buzz around your product launch by counting down how many days or how many hours are there until your product goes live. And then you can reveal different interesting facts each time, right? So again, when I mentioned, doing a group, right? So let's say you did a group and you're going to now start to do Facebook Lives to that group, and you're going to talk about your, how to have a great relationship. You can do how-tos, you can do trainings, you can talk about various elements, and especially how to cope now that you're together 24/7, right? And then you can slip at the end, oh, by the way, we've got our product that's going to be releasing, and you can become a part of it. We can take you through a training course with us, etc. Right? So don't think just because you're about to do a Facebook Live that you also can't use it to sell. If you give 80% content, right, 80-20 rule, and 20% of, hey, by the way, I have this, you're still satisfying the exact same ratio, all right? And then you can reveal your product is live via a Facebook Live. You can say, hey, I just got my book just released. My book just launched, right? You can stay on a Facebook Live and say, oh my God, we just hit, number 45 on the bestseller list. Yay, we're a bestseller, but let's keep it going. I want number 1, right? Things of that nature. You can make them really fun. You can give viewers discount coupons, because you want them to spread and share. You can say, look, for anyone who shares right now, I'm going to give you a discount coupon, right? So whether you're building up to a holiday launch, like a Black Friday type of thing, or a product launch or a book launch, it's great to announce and pre-do, like I did with my client Anna Dutra when she did the book End Leadership, which became a whole new movement for corporate training. All right, who can do a countdown? Okay, good, nice. Okay, good. I see people saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, great, nice. Here we go. Interviews. This is, a great interview tool, right? You can get people to submit questions, and then you can answer them, live on Facebook. They can answer in the comments, or they can pre-send you, right? This is also a subtle way to do direct selling, as your guest can either plug his or her product and people can purchase it via an affiliate link, depending on, how complex or what you want to do with this. All right. You can be on Zoom and click the Facebook Live broadcast feature. And again, clients such as Margot Lovett, who was beyond the interview, and Marlene Gibb, who has access to studios and has been on television for almost 30 years, can leverage technology like Facebook right now, which is free, and just start to interview and talk in scenarios like that. Alrighty. Now, this is a fun one, right? This is how you can build your brand, promote a product, and have the audience seeing that you are helping them. So all you have to do is, take your camera and point it at yourself and do a livenar. And so that's like a webinar, only you're just talking right there to Facebook people, right? And it's really good for training or things that may not need, a lot of details. In my case, there's a lot of things I need to show you for you to get mass on something. But if what you're talking about doesn't need that, then you don't even have to get complicated and build presentations like I have to do. You can just talk, which is very nice. I did a couple like that in Vegas. I was just running around Vegas when it was about to shut down. Well, we were there when it was shutting down. We were actually staying at a hotel. They said, pretty well almost every major hotel and casino was shutting the next day, and we had to leave. And it was unbelievable walking through casinos with no people in them, right? Everything was dead, and all the machine says out of service. Well, I kind of did a livenar on that because I figured it's the one time that you're allowed to walk through a casino with your camera out. So that's on my page somewhere. So again, it's just really keeping people informed. I was telling people about what was happening, right? And then in this case, you could do a livenar, and what I would do is then send them to fastactionresults.com, which is my landing page. So you can do this and do a call to action exactly as you would if somebody was interviewing on TV, radio, or you're doing a telesummit. These are things that you need to get used to saying at the end of something, oh, and go here. All right, drive them to something. Don't just say goodbye, thanks for hanging out, right? Make them do something. Another great use is actually for real estate agents. You can hold up your camera and do a live walkthrough before an open house, or say, hey, in 30 minutes time, we're about to show and give the address, show blah, 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 address for an open house. Here's some of the cool features you're going to get to see, right? So people not watching the MLS or, not receiving notifications from normal streams of distribution, if they're on Facebook Live or they're on Facebook and they're scrolling through their phone wondering, what they're going to do today, you can hit them with this. And they're like, oh, wow, maybe we should go take a look at that house, right? And you can use it like every time you do an open house. You can even use it to feature homes. So how you pay a lot of money sometimes to get your home featured somewhere. Well, as a real estate agent, that can be a differentiating factor for you. You can simply go and as part of your pitch say, you know what, and I'm going to do a Facebook Live on your home and show people all of the awesome features about it. And then I'm going to take that video, I'm going to post it on YouTube. I'm going to take that video and post it on our website. All of these extra add-ons that can make you different from every other real estate on the market. Okie doke. Facebook Lives are also great for offline businesses, okay? So for example, let's say you have a beauty salon right now. Let's say you have a spa. Let's say you have hairdressing. All of these places that people can't come right now, right? So what do you want to do? Start showing people stuff. Show hair cutting, show makeup application, show various different methods of spa techniques. and book appointments for when it's bookable. Say today, I'm going to talk about this, and when you're ready for your, rock spa massage, whatever, what we're doing right now is you can pre-purchase a gift certificate that does not expire. This is the thing as well, especially for those companies which are physically closed and you're paying rent still and you're possibly paying employees. You need income, and that can come from doing this and saying buy a gift certificate. Again, that's what we're doing with our Pilates, yoga studios, physical therapists. We're finding any way we can right now, chiropractors, to keep them in front of people. All right. So for example, let's say you're demonstrating the steps of a makeover, right, while showing how well you do it, right? It's great for business promotion. Again, like a client of ours, Lori Hart, who has a spa and makeup business. And because she has all natural solutions and ingredients, she can also, during that Facebook Live, educate on the horrors of Botox, facelifts, and focus on the alternatives. And it's a surefire customer draw. Doing a facelift that says, the 7 deadly sins of Botox. People are shoving Botox in their body like it's candy, right? But she knows from personal experience what can happen when that goes into your body. And so wouldn't you be kind of interested in finding that out, okay? And again, then, hey, get a gift certificate for a makeover, a facial, all the things that you offer. You just have to start to get creative, inventive, think out of the box, and get out there in front of people doing what you do, okay? Who can do some of those? Anybody got any of that? Alrighty, now, behind the scenes are great options for restaurants, garages, events, your office, your whatever, right? People are very curious and they want to know more. So just put up a camera and broadcast. You can choose different times of the day, such in this case, let's say you're showing morning soup preparation, what we do an hour before, the restaurant even opens, that type of thing. It's just interesting. And then at the end, you can say, let's say you're a restaurant that's closed right now, you could be talking about stuff, and then you can say, and of course, today from 3 to 7 p.m., we're doing takeout orders. So just click here, go to our site, and tell us what you would like, and we'll get it to your door, right? That type of thing. So you're going to have to really be thinking about how can you operate differently. The other one is demonstrations. If you have software, you can do a demo. If you have a tool that you use in your business that you promote and sell, for example, if you bake, if you cook, again, so many things that can be demonstrated. People love anything that is kind of step by step, and it helps people to understand how something is done and kind of appreciate maybe more too what it is that you do, right? Again, if I go back to PT, some great demonstrations are going to be talking about the muscles in a particular injury. Normally, you don't have time to educate. You can say, oh, you've got a tear in your something or other, right? And now you can talk about what that means. When you have a tear in your tendon or whatever, here's what that means, and here's why it needs this particular manipulation and support, right? And then you can also be saying things like, for those of you who can't get to a physical therapy office right now, here are 3 things you can do to help relieve the pain until you can. So you got to constantly be thinking about things of that nature, okay? All righty, so again, great opportunities for showing things that you do. Now, taking them on a tour. So a little hard right now, although I have done this so many times. Like if I'm on a boat and we're going dolphin watching, I'll get my camera out and I'll take people dolphin watching with me. But let's say you live in a really cool city. You might be able to get away with this even now, especially with no people out there and just kind of walking around, right? I was walking around Las Vegas with my camera, showing people how what it looked like shut. But when you can get back out, you can show them the hustle and bustle of awesome areas where you live, right? You can show them, give them a tour of your office, right? Talk about different pieces of equipment you have, if that's what you have. For example, my Pilates client, PilatesRocks.com. If you're in the mood for if you're in the mood for doing some Pilates right now, her studio is fascinating. I didn't realize there was equipment involved in Pilates. So somebody like me who has this image of what Pilates is in their head, heck, show people what this equipment is, what it's for, how you use it, and why it 10x's the workout and things of that nature. Educate those that don't know, because you think everybody knows this stuff because you know it so well, but they don't, right? Especially anybody with extensive studying involved in their practice, like chiropractors, practitioners, physical therapists, even yoga, right? All of these things, you guys have studied for years and decades to get some of this knowledge. Tell other people about it and just do a Facebook Live on it. I don't know about the details of all of these modalities, except for what I've already been exposed to when I get clients in those fields. Another cool place is for those who travel, like I do. You can take them. But I have one client, Susie Nelson, who's actually an incentive and group-based travel, an event concierge. So what's cool here is, she can broadcast from different ports and things of that nature. And at the same time, she can be sharing her own services and talking about what it is she does while she's entertaining and educating on, why would you do particularly an event on a cruise, right? I love events on cruises. And so Susie is my go-to for that. You can also do what I call, you can create a little show. Okay, if you want to put a theme together, I started Tech Talk with Tracy on this theme. Okay, where I would just do, no matter where I was, I would just talk about something and I'd connect it to technology and marketing and business, right? So I have one of my clients, a day in the life, right? Great topic for Drew Hunthausen, who is blind and partially deaf, yet is a motivational and inspirational speaker. Wouldn't you be interested in what his day looks like? How does he read? How does he follow the instructions I give him as a coach? What he does every day would make us feel very grateful. He's also a triathlete, and he participates in bike and marathons and swimming. It's absolutely unbelievable. Again, I have another client, Mary Stevenson, Canada's #1 animal healer and communicator. Who here would be interested in seeing what she does and how she does it? Paula Brown, same type of industry. Elizabeth Lee, right? All of you guys have amazing things that you can show and talk about. And it's just interesting to those of us who don't know it. And again, there was my Tech Talk with Tracy when because Facebook Live's been around for a while, so I've been doing this for a while. But now it's the way we're going to have to reach people, and it's the only interactive method, right? That we can do it. I mean, YouTube, which we're going to talk about, is part 2 of your Facebook Live. All right. Another great use for doing a Facebook Live is tutorials. I had artists in the house. I have musicians in the house, dancers in the house, right? So for those of you who fall under those categories, you can be showing people stuff. Even if you're not selling anything, right? A musician, I would hope you have a CD at the end of it, but so you could show, what you do, or you could sing in particular. Again, I've seen a few artists on Facebook Lives every day. They come up in my feed and it says, Hey, Stephen Ridley's going live, and what's he doing? He's going to do 3 songs for you, right? So it's like a baby private concert. And then at the end, what do? Go here. If you liked any of these songs, I got a new CD, or go to Spotify, or go to iTunes, or go to somewhere, click like me, comment. You need to be boosting your own, kind of career right now. And to do that, you're going to be the one that goes out there. Excellent. I got a tons of I can do that. Very good. No, we're not going to show how to extract your own tooth while under quarantine. Okay, we'll put that one aside. You're probably an essential service, and so those of us with toothaches can come to you. Very good. Yes, you can. Excellent. You can all do that. Very cool. And for example, another client, Precious Wilson. Oh my goodness, unbelievable artist, right? She is the lead singer of a group called Eruption. Total rock star, major group in Europe. She is still touring today. In fact, she was in, I think it was Belgium, when a lockdown occurred, 10,000 people ready to attend a concert, and she got sent home. So, everyone is being affected, but what did Precious, of course, have in place? Because she's been working on her plan B for a while now, and that is 2 things. If you're interested in singing, she will help you with your singing career, and she has a whole program to do that. Or you can work with her. I mean, this is a woman who major record labels, absolute star. And she can show you how you can get into the marketplace, and how do you get a record label and things of that nature. And then she actually has the other thing as far as voice is concerned for speakers. Pitch, tonality, command, all of these things are really important as a speaker. And so she has 2 major program lines that stream across that. And so, again, somebody you can connect with who's very cool and doing things through tutorials and Facebook Lives, and then saying, hey, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, just go here, book an appointment, that type of thing, right? That's what you do. It's not just about educating. It's okay at the end to say, by the way, if you'd like to work with me further, okay, so do not be afraid of doing that. And Kristen Henry King, right? So just another client example. She inspires with her music as she shows you how to break barriers. Kristen was actually diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. She beat it, and now she's an actress, singer, and speaker. And so again, just show what you know, and get out there. And in her case, she sends people to the Cure in Music, which is her landing page. She sends from the landing page, we actually sell 2 of her songs immediately, things of that nature. So there is a way to market and build your funnel from this time. And in fact, there's never been a better time to, quite frankly, streamline and get your marketing funnels in. And as a reminder, we can help you do that. Now, product reviews. Okay, so these are great. If you are in a particular industry, in fact, you can be talking about something and just talking about it on a Facebook Live. So many people now are opening their Amazon boxes and saying, hey, I'm going to take you through this thing I just brought, right? I think it's called Pretty Litter is a great example of that. Like, I just bought Pretty Litter for the cat, right? And so, if that was my field, I would have for sure done a Pretty Litter product review. And for those of you who have cats, it is a brilliant product as an FYI. And again, it's great when you can connect your product reviews to your industry and things of that, right? You can highlight pros and the cons and come up with your own conclusions. Buy, don't buy. That's, again, where you position yourself as a leader and a recommender. Then you can have affiliate links to some of the things that you're recommending. And You know, in the case of Marcy Bond, she was a full-blown traditional publisher. And of course, now, and she was helping up and coming authors to develop their book. So what she can do is book reviews online, right? And do book reviews for her authors and Amazon reviews to gain credibility and authority by selecting top books in each category and saying what she really thinks. It just helps to position you, and especially when you can leverage something like Amazon as a leader. And product launches. Okay, so this is similar. And let me see, for those of you who think what you could review, and let me know if you can do that review one, because that's a really great one. It gets tons of play on YouTube. And so I'm going to be talking, you know, on day 4 about what do you do with this content you've just created. And in particular for product reviews, it's a very powerful one. Excellent. Good. Lots of yeses. Very good. All right. So now product launches. This is similar to the countdown where you can launch a product, book, program, educate about a mastermind you have coming up, and even use it to educate on the process of doing a product launch. You know, you can tell people, you know, what you've been doing in situations like this. Now, this is a fun one. Although we don't have a lot of backstageness going on, one, keep this in mind, especially if you're a musician and you're going on a stage anywhere, take people with you to the backstage. I've paid for VIP experiences, right, with speakers and events and artists and things of that nature. I'll take people on my little VIP experience and broadcast, right? I've gone to concerts and actually broadcast pieces of it. And things of that nature. Just to, I think I did an iHeartRadio as well concert, you know, had people like Justin Bieber and stuff on the stage, and I would like pick one person to promote and things of that nature. And it just gets some attention and things like that. So whether it's for a concert or event or anything that is taking them on an experience that is fun and unique, okay? So where they normally can't go. Now, who here remembers show and tell when you were a kid? I used to love show and tell day. You know, it'd be like, oh, you know, Friday, bring something in and tell us all about it, right? How fun was that? Oh, here's my latest car, my Mattel Hot Wheels. This is the collector edition, whatever, right? So much fun. You can do Facebook Lives, showing people your wardrobe. Quite frankly, my son, Noel's a good example. My son's a great example. You know, so much things he could show and tell on the clothes and the shoes and the bags and the Gucci and the Prada and the Dolce & Gabbana and the Louis Vuitton, right? All of the things that you can show and tell about. People find that fascinating and interesting. If you are a collector on anything, you can talk about coins, stamps, comic books, right? Anything. Look in your house right now and say, wow, I seem to have a lot of teapots or whatever, right? Tell people about it. It's just, you never know what interests people and what connects them to you. Maybe your, whatever, your Toby jug collection has nothing to do with who you are as a business person, but it can sure connect to somebody else. And that connection builds, you know, a liking towards you. And then maybe they don't need your services, but boy, they might know somebody that does. And now they're going to be real quick to recommend you, right? So don't be afraid to really start to leverage this type of show and tell, right? I don't have any collections, so I can't do this one. But boy, if I had my son's flipping clothes collections, you'd be in my closet all day. Okay, and you can promote a theme or a cause or inspire or motivate. One of my friends, Dr. Sean Duperon, who is a Pulitzer Prize nominee and founder of Project Forgive, She's had millions of viewers see her Facebook Live broadcast. So now you can, from her, learn how to accept the apology you'll never receive. And one of my favorite causes is actually a book called The Way to Happiness. Now here, you can give away free books. You can broadcast on one of the 21 common sense precepts for happiness and how it changes lives daily, particularly now where most people think the sky is falling. This is a great booklet. It's free. You can get it as part of what you do. It supports them and it allows you to connect it to what it is that you do, because everyone's looking for happiness regardless of what you do. So if you go to thewaytohappiness.org, grab one of these books for yourself and incorporate it into things that you do, or give these out. It's just a great add-on to what it is you do. And of course, social media is about community. This is just a great and powerful way to add value to your community. At the same time, you're giving, you're supporting a cause that's extremely needed and wanted right now. Happiness is always good. Exactly. Everybody wants happiness. How do you get that? Well, there's 21 ways, 21 common sense precepts. Very good. And in general, any subject that you can think of can probably be a Facebook Live. Okay. So there we go. You can do it. You can do it. Yay. Love happiness. Exactly. Well, in the UK, it's there too. And in fact, I don't know the number of languages, but for any foreign language people out there, I think it's in at least 30 different languages. So you can customize that little book too. You can have your own cover on it and everything. Just really add value to what is happening right now in your life. Okie doke. So now I have some really great news for you. In the beginning, you may not have anyone watching your Facebook Live, okay? And that's okay. Do not panic if you're there and you see no one's watching, no one's loving, no one's liking. Don't worry, all right? The power of your Facebook Live can come later with watch parties. You're going to add it to YouTube. You're going to break it apart and use it for promotion and training. You can leverage it in your email marketing. You can use it for more marketing engagement. So don't worry. It will not be time wasted. And the more you get comfortable in front of the camera, the better, because I can tell you, this is your year. You must be on YouTube, all right? And again, we're going to be talking about that. All right, so who is going to be doing a Facebook Live? All right, tell me which type. Throw out which type you remember, you wrote down, and you're like, I can do an Ask Me Anything. I can do a demo. Tell me some of those. I think the question is it recorded? Absolutely and unequivocally, you record it. Now, if you're just doing it on Facebook, it's actually already recorded, right? That's what's happening there. When you're done your Facebook Live, on your phone, it's going to ask you, do you want to save, right? And the answer is yes. So you'll save it to your phone and it will publish it to Facebook. Gonna do an Ask Me Anything, good. Demo, nice. Product review, share tips, exactly, good. Demo, training, Ask Me Anything, good, training and tips. Oh yeah, Feng Shui, if you're doing Feng Shui, holy crap, that's a great one for demo. Ask Me Anything, all of those are really good. Show and tell, yes, Noelle, you are show and tell. How to, exactly, yeah. Demos, way to go. Good job, good job. Yeah, Qigong meditation, whatever, right? Exercises for immunity couldn't be a better thing to learn right now, right? We're all told wash our hands. Okay, well now what, right? Well, wouldn't it be good if we had a way to build the immunity up in your system? Yes, that's it, guys. We need good and powerful content going out right now to flush away all the crap that people are hearing. We have to make it so that they tune out to all of the fear and drama and tune in to how do you get your life going forward? How do you apply these things? How do you improve? How do you connect, right? everything that's going on. We are going to be part and parcel of the reversal of that. Alrighty, so the exercise guide is going to be arriving to your inbox. Normally, I have you just do a small little piece, but today there's actually quite a bit that needs to be done, and beautiful part is it's simple. So what are you going to do? The first thing you're going to do, if your normal platform is Facebook, or you do Facebook at all, I want you to take a look at the last 10 posts that you did. And I want you to take a look, was it a listening, an influencing, a network, and was it selling? Remember, 80%, so we just care, did you do 80% of listening, influencing, networking? But the more important piece I want you to look at is, did you do any selling at all, right? And here's the thing, if you're not doing any selling at all and you're wondering why your list isn't building, why nobody's booking you, whatever, it's because you're not asking. We have to get selling in there. That's the 27% rule. So I'm going to have you do an analysis of your past posts. You're going to write down here, write down on the list there, what were they, and then you're going to mark the type it was, okay? If you do not have a Facebook group, I want you to make a Facebook group, and you're going to write the name of your group in there. On your Facebook business or master page, one, if you don't have one, you need to open it now because you're going to exceed 5,000 at some point. Yes, you can only sell on the fan page and sell like intrinsically within Facebook. You can sell on your personal page. Like I can go to my personal page right now and say, hey, here's this, go buy it, right? But the one thing you're going to have to look at is you can't do ads and it can't be built in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you already have a business or a master page, I want you to write that name down and put the number of followers that you have, because I want you to compare later when you start to do your Facebook Lives on, are you increasing or is engagement increasing? What are your insights doing, right? I want you to start to see that you are making a difference. And then I want you to write down the Facebook Live topics you will try. So let's say you could put down there, ask me anything. I'm going to do an ask me anything. Or you can just say, I'm going to do a demo and I'm going to demonstrate how to relieve back pain, okay? And things of that nature, because now you'll have to put that together and start to tell people about it. Okie doke. Okay, so last but not least, and again, I want you to commit to one, and I want you to set a date for your Facebook Live. Okay, so now the only thing standing between you and your goals is having the right system to get you there. So I'm just going to take 1 minute to tell you about a program that I have that can help you with what you are about to do, okay? I have a program called The Science of Social Media. It has over 100 training videos that cover Facebook, Facebook Live, ads, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat. It's full of mind maps, blueprints, checklists, everything you need. Plus, it includes success rituals, information on podcasting, and more importantly, one of the things I'm going to be doing is, instead of you getting annual access and having to pay this annually, I'm giving you lifetime membership. So what you are about to pay, you will not need to pay again. Normal price of this program is $497. I'm doing it during the Facebook Live Challenge for $297. In order to get that, you just go to the Science of Social Media and you put in the promo code SSM, all in capitals, 297, and that will give you this for the price of $297. And why lifetime access is extremely cool is because when I started this, it was Facebook and it was Twitter and it was LinkedIn, okay? Those are the 3 platforms I had. Then Facebook Live came along, I added it. Periscope came along, I added it. Google Plus became a giant, I added it. Google Plus is now gone, right? Blab was huge, I added it. Blab's now gone. You can see social media is a raging river. And what I do is I keep this current, I'll call it. And of course, then YouTube, more stability in YouTube came to light. Instagram wasn't even existing when I started this science of social media. Pinterest, key program actually for business, and very few people are leveraging it right now. It is actually a very dark horse. Snapchat, if you're in the younger target market, but somebody asked about it earlier. TikTok. I think TikTok is going to be one of these raging river platforms. All right. It is hugely addicting, actually. It's a massively growing platform that can skyrocket your Instagram. That's what people miss. This isn't just about TikTok in isolation, right? This is, what does TikTok do for your Instagram? My Instagram numbers blow up every time I do a TikTok. So I am in experimental mode with it right now. And what I'm going to be doing, of course, is adding a whole TikTok training to this when it's ready to be put up there and when I have the data that I need. So that's it. Again, it grows and you get. So without any additional cost, because during this challenge, again, I'm focusing on you getting it for life. So that's it. So put in the chat, how was today? Let me know in comments. I'm going to take a brief look at any questions that I may have missed. And tomorrow is a LinkedIn. Thank you, Stephen. Fantastic. Thank you, Noel. Very informative. Very good. Great session. Very interesting. Thank you. Excellent. Yay. Thanks, guys. Okay, good. Fabulous. Okay, good. And again, that is tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at LinkedIn. So for any of you ready to start Science of Social Media, if you need guidance, you can book a call with us. Call us in the office. Find out what should you be doing, what help do you need, things of that nature. Again, if anyone is in complete, loss on, especially, if you've had a great loss in your income, our answer is going to be to market. And so if you want to book a call with us, we can help you on what would that look like? What do you need to be doing to get people still interested, still possibly buying, but more importantly, how do you not lose any ground over this precarious time? How do you move into that leadership role so that when this is over, yes, it's going to be a new paradigm, but you're going to be at the top of it. We want that for you. Anyone who hasn't claimed my free gift at that fastactionresults.com. Okay, cool. Very good. Okay, last little run through here. Any questions that you have that I didn't answer, just go to facebook.com/Tracy Repchuk fan. I'll answer them there as well. Okay, I'll help keep this. This is where the party continues. And we really just need to band together and really start to highlight your unbelievable skill that you bring to the planet and get it out there. So thanks for playing all out today with me, and I look forward to helping continue to get social media clarity for you. Bye for now.